know when I unfortunately dropped out of school and I started doing virtual learning.
Bob.
Right. It didn't help because I thought that school was the problem. And then when I did the virtual learning, you know, whatever, that it was the camaraderie that helped me go through actual, like, being in, you know, actual school. So it must be hard for kids who
don't have a choice,
aren't so nihilistic.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love camaraderie, you know?
Yeah.
That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
It's liquid death and camaraderie.
And donuts.
And donuts.
Speaking of people catching COVID, I thought I caught the Rona, when I went and got tested this week, and Chaboy got negative results.
Congratulations.
Does that mean you passed?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm
That
really
must be a
excited.
fucking scary feeling, though.
Yeah. It was like, but I wasn't like deathly ill.
Yeah.
So I wasn't like terribly worried about it. I just had a couple symptoms. And I was like, oh, whatever. I'll go get tested and make sure I'm good and deal with it if I need to. And I went and I got tested and fuck that test and made me
Did you
sneeze.
get the swab?
Yeah, well, I got the nasal swab. Ugh.
Yeah.
That looks so fucking uncomfortable.
Did somebody do it for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I let they use Deidre's nose.
No, somebody else swabbed you, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, so they came in and I pulled in and then they came up and they said, give me your fucking nose. And then,
And then they did the whole got your nose.
I got your nose. Just kidding, you can have it back. And they gave it back.
And then they stabbed you with
Like, fuck, it's
Larry, Curly, and Moe.
Yeah.
yeah.
And they put this fucking, she said, we're going to put this in your nose and we're going to wiggle it around and it's not going to go as far back as you think it is. And so I fucking put it in my nose. I fucking wiggled it around and it made me all fucking itchy and uncomfortable and my eyes started watering. And they pulled it out and they're like, all right, now we got to do the other one. They fucking put it in the other fucking nostril and I was like, oh. And it was uncomfortable. And then they were like, all right, cool, you're done. And I fucking pulled away and just let out this huge fucking sneeze. Fucking hate sneezing.
Well,
You're telling
It was
me
quick, right? I mean,
Yeah, no, I pulled in and out.
they pulled in and out too.
in and out and in and out.
Yeah. They stuck it in twice.
Yeah, they
They
did.
put it in 2 holes.
Yeah, they did.
That's inappropriate.
We're sorry.
Good thing we're on an explicit podcast.
Yeah, Devin actually got tested maybe in May. She had some symptoms, and it took a week to get the test back. And my work and her work were both like, don't fucking come here. So it ended up being negative, but she did the test herself. They were like, they put the test on a table and slid the table over towards the car. Then they were like, okay, now you can roll your window down. And they backed up. She rolled the window down, took it out, and they had like cards that had directions on how to do it. It was pretty interesting.
Fuck that.
But I mean, this is like, you know, Ohio did their kind of shutdown, and right after it opened back up, like a week later, she had a fever and a cough, and I'm like, well, you better get tested. Like I said, at that point, it was 8 days, I think, from the time she took the test to the time she got the results.
Wow. Yeah, mine was
Come a long way.
24 hours. It was just like, hey, you did this. Hey, next morning, here's your results.
I seen somebody at MIT came out with an algorithm. They can record you coughing, be like, okay, cough for me. And they can record it and with pretty high accuracy tell if you have COVID or not.
What the fuck?
Do they do?
How?
Do they do like
They're from MIT. I don't know, man.
the reflective surface, and then they put the whatever light behind it to catch the vapors? Or
No, it's an audio recording.
oh,
So, because the COVID virus damages lung tissue, they can
Yeah, and
tell
it's,
the difference.
It's most effective on people who are asymptomatic,
Wow.
which
Huh.
is pretty wild.
they ought to play the beginning of that of Sweetly.
sweetly.
See if
See, I
the
knew.
results of that are.
Yeah.
I told you COVID's been around a lot longer.
That's a pretty good Bernie. I don't think that's what you were going for, but that's pretty on
I
point.
could never do it again. Great, thanks.
So, did you want to talk about your upcoming release? Is that what? Is that? Do you want to do that?
That's
Not
what I'm
here?
talking about. Yeah.
No. Yeah.
That's why I'm here, right?
Yeah.
I've got some new music coming out that I'm really excited about.
I'm real excited about it.
Same.
Can't wait to get that. Did I order the Coke bottle clear?
I hope so.
I
I don't
did.
know. Head to Wall is handling all the orders.
Hell yeah.
I think I did.
I don't know what you ordered. I didn't know that you ordered anything. So
I did.
Thank you for that.
I did. I saw the
You see
release and I
that
was like,
shit,
I'm
and
getting
you're like,
it.
I gotta get that shit.
I gotta.
I gotta get that shit.
So
I was told the Coke bottle clear is going pretty quick, so that's good.
Oh yeah, that's cool shit.
real excited about it.
So he sent me a video yesterday. He has the test presses, so he sent me a video yesterday of Supersonic playing on the vinyl. I'm really excited about it. So
Very cool.
yeah, that's this week, Friday.
Oh, no
Friday
shit.
it drops.
Sweet.
It'll be it'll be on online as well. So
Maybe we'll check it out.
streaming services and Bandcamp and all that good stuff.
Mo-
Apple Music.
Mostly get it from Bandcamp if you can, though.
Yeah.
Are they starting to do like Bandcamp Fridays more often or Bandcamp Day?
I think it's still once a month.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I thought it was like a lot farther between each.
What is that?
Bandcamp gives all of the proceeds to the band rather than them taking any sort of cut from it.
Cool deal.
So if you ever see anybody releasing stuff, wait till Bandcamp Friday so that they can get all their money for all the hard work they do.
Yeah, I'm digging Supersonic. I like that. I like that stuff.
Thanks. Yeah, that'll be the first track on the album.
Oh yeah.
And I've released I released a couple other songs through various mediums, I suppose.
Okay.
There's another song that was on a compilation through Z Tapes. So if you find the Z Tapes fall compilation, you'll hear one of the songs from there. And then I was on another podcast and dropped another song exclusively on there. So
Wow.
yeah, kind of got to find new ways to promote since we're not able to play shows.
Yeah. Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
Get it out everywhere. Talk to everybody.
Yeah, do you
Show
want
everybody.
to? Is that okay to drop the pod that you debuted this exclusive release on?
Yeah, on the radar. On the Radar podcast is where that other song is.
I recognize that. I don't.
Yeah, they're a music podcast out of Toledo,
Okay.
and they kind of highlight Midwest, mostly Midwest bands. But
I think I follow them on Instagram or something like that. Yeah.
All right, cool deal.
Yeah.
Can you? I'm really curious, like what this this recording experience was like for this album, given the current state of the world. I mean, did you?
well, the recording happened. Like I finished this album last October.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so the recording of all of it was way before COVID hit. But I recorded with my friend Matt Berry in Pittsburgh, which is the same studio that the last Stalemate record was done.
Hell yeah.
So I recorded Supersonic originally as a single. So that would have been like last March or last April. That was like when we started. We did that song in one session, and then I came back last summer and then started doing the rest of the album. So that took, I think we finished in like 3 sessions that were roughly 4 days a piece. So yeah, the final touches were finished up in October, and I had the masters by the end of that month, beginning of November. And I had always, like from the beginning of it, had the intention to try and get a label to back me with vinyl, because I wanted the last album, Stay Golden, to be on vinyl, but I didn't really have the means to do that, and it was kind of too late to reach out to labels. And so Matt helped me with that. We reached out to quite a few different places, and Head to Wall had shown interest from the beginning, but didn't have room in their schedule. So they kind of were like, yeah, we like it, but you know, let's wait and see how, you know, our timeline plays out.
Hell yeah.
And I wanted to get it out in the spring or the fall, just because it has a feel. I feel like the feeling of the album, like I'm weird like that, where like I want to hear an album in like the timeline of weather and things going on. So
Oh yeah.
like their timeline would have like targeted putting it out in the summer, and I wanted to wait. So when I finally got like the approval, that would have been like February, I think. That's when I was like, yeah, let's just wait till the fall. I waited this long. Why not wait a little longer?
Yeah.
So that's what we did. And I feel like it's played out pretty well. And it's allowed me to kind of work on new stuff too. So I would say like the next recording session for the next album, I can spend a little more time on it and maybe get a little more experimental with it. 'Cause we tried some new things on this one that I haven't done in the past. It's not a different direction than Stay Golden, but it's kind of like building on those ideas.
Okay.
In ways that kind of make it a little more full formed, I guess, because that album's a little lo-fi. So we tried some recording techniques that still have like an older lo-fi sound to them, but
Okay.
the quality of the recording is much higher, I guess is the point.
That's super cool. And I totally get what you're saying about the fall or spring. You know, my music taste really changes a lot as the year goes by. So that's cool that you were able to incorporate that into when you released it instead of getting stuck with a fall album coming out in the middle of the summer.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, I kind of play off, you know, my influences. Like when the weather gets cold, you know, the leaves change. It's Elliott Smith time, or, you know, snow falls. It's Weaker Than's time. Like that's just how it is.
Yeah.
And when the summer hits, we're throwing on Stalemate.
You got that right.
You guys are
Well,
yeah.
That's yeah.
Well, it depends on which album you're listening to.
I got no one's on
That's
the
true.
road. Stalemate sticker on my Kia Soul. There we go. Yeah.
Oh God.
I'm always good.
Saw a Stalemate album on Empty Beach.
Who put it there?
It's just sitting there propped up in the sand. Why is that just left there?
Stalemate is the song of the Mer people.
They idolize Stalemate records,
I bet.
or is it just one Stalemate record that Mer people
Oh, they love it all.
worship?
They're waiting for the B-sides to release right now.
I actually have an old Jason Kaminski vinyl, and it's backwards. It says side A on side B and side B on side A, which is interesting. I mean, I think it's written on there with a Sharpie, A and B.
Is that one of the old?
Yeah, we had a party, like everything was separated, you know. So we had a party where we had to design the label and then put it all together, and yeah, you know, it's etched on the record, very very small. Like if you tilt it in the light, you can see what the A and B side is if you look at the etching. But obviously, someone had a few too many Millers that night and got confused.
Yeah, that's didn't you have a question about that album for Jason?
Well, I don't think that album exists anymore. I think I have the only remaining copy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I
I
can't.
can tell you right now, I've got about 300 copies sitting in that room over there.
You want another one?
I'm gonna have another one.
That's a funny thing. I looked for it's Odd Peculiar Brain online, and I couldn't find it when I was looking for it. So I was like, oh well, at least I have this vinyl still kicking around.
Well, Steve, I got a little story for you. Oppical Your Brain is available everywhere online except for Spotify. That's the only place I took it off of.
Wow.
Fair enough.
He said, fuck you, Steve.
Fair enough.
No, he said, fuck you, Spotify.
Yeah. Yeah.
I figure if I'm not